next race is probably the best victory I ever felt, or in terms of emotions, nothing maybe compared to this one.
What happens when victory on the track leads to tears of joy and heartfelt moments? From Charles Leclerc's emotional victory at the Monaco Grand Prix to Max Verstappen's return to Zandvoort. These are the moments when Formula One winners couldn't hold back their emotions. At number 10, Michael Schumacher's love affair with German soil in Formula One saw him secure an impressive 9 victories, split between Hockenheim and Nürburgring. His 1995 win at the European Grand Prix, held at Nürburgring, was particularly memorable. Racing for Benetton, Schumacher chased down longtime leader John Alesi in challenging wet conditions. In a thrilling climax on the 65th lap of 67, Schumacher executed a daring pass around the outside of Alesi at the chicane, thrilling the passionate German fans. This victory not only showcased Schumacher's skill in difficult conditions, but also solidified his path to his second world championship title. Then at number 9, there's Fernando Alonso's victory at the 2012 European Grand Prix in Valencia. Stands out as a defining moment in his career. Despite starting outside the top positions due to a Q2 elimination, Alonso showcased his skill during the unpredictable race. He fought through the field, moved into the podium contention, and capitalized on Sebastian Vettel's misfortune with an alternator failure. Alonso's victory sparked emotional scenes as he parked his Ferrari in the final sector, climbed out, and celebrated with the marshals. The podium ceremony, featuring an emotional Alonso alongside Kimi Räikkönen and Michael Schumacher for the last time in Formula One, showed the Spaniard's resilience and the unpredictable nature of the sport. Moving on at number 8. In 1984, Niki Lauda finally tasted victory at his home Austrian Grand Prix, a track that had failed him despite multiple pole positions earlier in his career. But the Ring, known for its fast and challenging layout, set the stage for a dramatic race that would define Lauda's comeback story. Starting from 4th on the grid, Lauda's fortunes changed dramatically when his McLaren teammate and rival, Alain Prost, spun out due to oil on the track. This mishap propelled Lauda into 2nd place. He then overtook Nelson Piquet to seize the lead, only to encounter a gearbox problem that threatened to derail his race. Facing a potential retirement, Lauda made a crucial discovery that by skipping certain gears, he could keep his car running. With limited gear options, he navigated the challenging track and managed to grab victory in a car that was far from optimal. At number 7, we have Charles Leclerc's victory at the Monaco Grand Prix. This was not just a victory on the track, but a deeply emotional moment for the Monegasque driver and his fans, breaking the curse that had haunted him in previous attempts. Leclerc secured his first Monaco win since his debut victory at the 2022 Austrian Grand Prix. As he crossed the finish line, cheers echoed throughout the track, celebrating a long-awaited achievement that had been prevented in the past by various challenges, from car issues to strategic errors. Reflecting on his win, Leclerc dedicated the victory to his father, whose support and dedication had been key in his journey to Formula One. I have to say that I was thinking of my dad at this moment. Leclerc shared in an emotional post-race interview, "He has given everything for me to be here. It was our dream for me to race here and to win, so it feels like a miracle." For Leclerc, managing the pace from the front was crucial, navigating the narrow confines of Monaco streets while keeping his Ferrari ahead of the competition. Even the leading competitors, including Max Verstappen, joked over team radio about how boring the race was at times, but Leclerc remained composed and focused to win. On the other hand, at number 6, we have Joan Manuel Fangio. Back in 1955, when the Argentine Grand Prix kicked off the season in Buenos Aires, Fangio was determined to shine, racing in scorching heat. He endured burns from his car's hot chassis but pushed through all 96 laps in his Mercedes W196. After 3 hours, Fangio emerged victorious, sparking wild celebrations among the passionate Argentine crowd. He repeated this victory in 1956 and 1957, solidifying his status as a national hero. Then, at number 5, there's Gilles Villeneuve, whose story unfolded at the Canadian Grand Prix in 1970. 1978. In only his first full season in Formula One, Villeneuve thrilled his hometown crowd in Montreal. Starting from 4th, he steadily worked his way up the ranks, seizing the lead after Jean-Pierre Jurier's Lotus encountered mechanical trouble. Villeneuve held on to the win, marking not only his maiden F1 victory, but also Canada's first ever win in the sport. The circuit where he achieved this fairy tale win was later named after him, a fitting tribute to his unforgettable performance. Next up, number 4. In 2008, Lewis Hamilton electrified his home crowd at the British Grand Prix with a remarkable victory that kickstarted a new era of British success. Despite qualifying 4th, Hamilton faced pressure after failing to score in the previous 2 races. But on race day, as rain poured down, the 23-year-old rose to the occasion in only his second Formula One season. Hamilton surged into an early lead and expertly navigated treacherous conditions that tripped up many other drivers. His masterful performance saw him cross the finish line over a minute ahead of his nearest rival, Nick Heidfeld, marking one of the sport's most memorable wet weather displays. This win not only reignited Hamilton's championship campaign, but also set the stage for a record-breaking streak of 8 victories at Silverstone and counting. At number 3, we have Nigel Mansell. In 1987, Mansell delivered a legendary performance at the British Grand Prix, a race that defined his status as a hero to the home crowd at Silverstone. After already securing wins in Britain in 1985 and 1986, Mansell faced the challenge of a new venue as the Grand Prix moved permanently to Silverstone. On race day, it was Mansell's teammate, Nelson Piquet, who initially took the lead with a daring no-stop strategy. Mansell, however, decided to pit for fresh tires halfway through the race, rejoining the track more than 30 seconds behind Piquet. Unfazed by the gap, Mansell unleashed a series of blistering laps, shattering the lap record as he hunted down Piquet. The climax came with a breathtaking move at Stowe Corner, where Mansell executed one of the most iconic passes in Formula One history, overtaking Piquet and thrilling the packed stands at Silverstone. The victory ignited scenes of joy as fans flooded onto the track to celebrate with Mansell, forcing him to pause his cooldown lap. This win was more than just a win, as it was a bond between Mansell and his supporters, who admired him for his fearless driving and relentless pursuit of victory. By the time Mansell retired from Formula One, he had gained an impressive 5 victories in front of his home crowd. His connection with the fans was so strong that legendary commentator Murray Walker famously captured it after Mansell's 1992 triumph, declaring, "They love him and he loves them." Moving on to number 2, in 2021, the Netherlands rejoiced as Formula One returned to Zandvoort circuit after 36 years, largely thanks to the star power and immense popularity of Max Verstappen, the country's first race winner. At the heart of the season, Verstappen was involved in a fierce championship battle with Lewis Hamilton, drawing thousands of enthusiastic orange-dressed fans to the seaside track in hopes of witnessing a historic home victory. Verstappen didn't disappoint. Starting from pole position, he controlled the race with precision, crossing the finish line to claim victory and becoming the first Dutch driver ever to win the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. This win marked a significant milestone in Dutch motorsport history and cemented Verstappen's status as a national hero. Since then, Verstappen has continued his dominance at Zandvoort, adding to his legacy with another commanding win in 2022. In 2023, he showcased his adaptability by mastering challenging weather conditions to secure yet another victory at his beloved home circuit. And finally, at number 1, in 1991, Ayrton Senna finally achieved his dream of winning the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos, a race that prevented him from winning despite multiple attempts at Rio de Janeiro's Jacarepagua circuit. Starting from pole position, Senna initially controlled the race, but a gearbox problem threatened to derail his efforts as the race progressed. With most gears failing, he struggled to keep his McLaren MP46 running, with only 6th gear left for the final laps. Despite the mechanical woes and a charging Ricardo Patrese in a Williams closing in, Senna miraculously held on, his 40-second lead gradually eroded by the relentless pursuit. Adding to the drama, rain began to fall in the closing laps, intensifying the challenge, but Senna, fueled by sheer determination, crossed the finish line in just 2.9 seconds ahead of Patrese, letting out a cry of joy over the radio, a moment etched in Formula One history. Exhausted yet triumphant, Senna needed assistance to exit his car before emotionally raising the Brazilian flag and trophy on the podium, surrounded by adoring home fans who erupted in celebration. What's your favorite memory from a Formula One race? Leave your answers in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.